Hi guys, welcome to another episode with Money Fit MD. How are you guys doing today? I don't know why I feel like dancing. I'm not sure why, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, today I'm going to talk to you guys about no spend months and are they healthy for you? So for those that are watching for the first time or listening for the first time, this is Dr. Latifat, aka Money Fit MD. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a fabulous week so far. And whenever you listen to this, just know that I'm sending you love and I'm wishing you well and hoping your money and your mindset are all in good control. So here's the deal. I didn't know that no spend months was a thing. Listen, that was like a baseline for me forever, like no spend anything because you ain't got nothing, right? However, I didn't know that there was actually a name for this, no spend month. And for those that are not familiar or aware of what no spend month, it's this thing where you kind of do a spending freeze of anything that's not considered essential. So if you're have food at home, you're eating what you have at home, you're not buying extra stuff. And it's funny because I actually people do this any time of the year, but they tend to do this more at the beginning of the year as a way of recycling and starting over. And I think it was a year or two ago, was when I came across this in a physician space. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing that we could do as a group where we like celebrated or no spend. And it's funny because people would sometimes go crazy shopping before, so that now during their no spend, they're like not uncomfortable at all and not sacrificing because they already got everything they need to got, right? Anyways, I thought that was kind of a little funny. And then some people would sort of run out of steam towards the middle of the month. Like, I can't do this again. I can't keep doing this. Like you can't. But it's kind of funny, actually. Not like in a unkind way, but it's just funny because I picture someone like literally crawling, like, I cannot do this anymore. um all right, well, thanks for making me laugh. That picture sort of made me laugh in my mind. But anyways, so the question is no spend months, are they good for you? Are they healthy for you? I actually do a version of this without knowing there was a name to it. Every year, towards the end of the year, I would intentionally decrease the amount of buying that we did of food. And what that was doing was forcing us to actually eat out our refrigerator and anything that was in there. Because as you know, when it comes to food or whatever it is you're spending on, we have our preference. We have like our number one choice. And most times that's what we would go for. But they're usually like number two, number three, number four choice somewhere in the freezer that you don't always get to. So when you're doing this, what it forced us to do was actually eat out our refrigerator before we bought anything else. So that was our version of this. But people do it more extensively in group formats where they're encouraging each other, cheering each other on, and all those sort of things. Okay. So the question is, what does it actually help you with? Like the no spend months, like what does it help? So what it does is it's a way of freezing major expenses, right? And I like it for certain things. So number one, I like it if you're trying to get an inflow, like a quick cash inflow without earning more income, for example, by decreasing spending. So we did a version of this, not we're not like crazy, but we did a version of this like when we're trying to raise money to like buy a property, we would decrease our spending in order to help like improve that influx of cash. So that it wasn't like a no spend per se, like an absolute, but it was a decreased spending month that we would do. The other thing that it's useful for is it's useful to help force you to use things that you already have, like I mentioned earlier. So it could be an intentional way of emptying out your cabinet, of emptying out your stuff so that you can start all over. I also personally like it as a starting point to be more intentional about how you spend, right? So, for example, if you're like, well, I've been doing whatever I want to do, and now I want to be better about it, I want to be more intentional about my spending, I can do like this 1 month decreased spending as a way of creating that pattern or that behavior of intentionality and sort of like cutting that unintentional mindless spending from transferring into the rest of your finances, if that makes sense. So the thing is, there are some cons to it, obviously. um you One major con in my opinion is if you're doing it with the wrong intention. So if you're like, well, I'm gonna go spend and buy everything that I need before this no spend month, you kind of are fooling yourself. So it's not a con per se. It's almost like you're just cheating yourself. That's the way that I think about it. Number two thing that I don't like about it is it doesn't necessarily force you to change your behavior or patterns after. It just causes you to sort of like pause it later. So you have to be willing and intentional about actually creating this new lifestyle, this new pattern yourself, because the no spend month by itself isn't like habit forming going forward. You can literally do a no spend month, and then after that you're like, all right, back to bad, back to my regular bad habits or whatever it is that you've done. So that's the main thing. That's the main con that I would think of. And there are times when people get into this binging pattern, right? Where they're like feast or famine. I don't spend, I spend, I don't spend, I don't spend. As opposed to the pattern that I normally recommend, which is a more breathable, intentional, buying things from a place of knowing that you actually want it, knowing that in 3 to 6 months from now, you'll be glad you spent the money that way, as opposed to this feast or famine method that can sometimes feel a little bit of like a little bit of scarcity to it. So that's what I would say about it. It's not a bad idea, again, as long as you know exactly what you're trying to get, and as long as you have the right intentions behind it, and you're able to do it in full integrity with yourself. And remember, if you want to do it a bunch of friends. Have fun with it, right? Because why not? Life is more fun with friends. So if you want to do like a diminished spending month, go have fun, make it into a challenge and that sort of thing, and just have fun with it. That's what it's about. All right. So that's my thought about no spend months. I would love to hear what your opinions are. So share with us, send me a message, moneyfitmd@gmail.com. And as always, if you've enjoyed this recording, if you've learned anything at all from this, I want you to not keep it to yourself. Share it with a girlfriend of yours. Let's get the word out so we can get all women physicians being financially confident. All right. Thanks for watching. And as always, this is your host, Dr. Latifat, aka Money Fit MD. Bye bye, and thanks for watching.